ValveTime.net.
Hi, and welcome to a ValveTime Spotlight. In this episode, we'll be going over all the in-depth details regarding the upcoming International 2014 Dota 2 tournament, an eSporting tournament hosted by Valve, which is set to become the largest in history. On June 16th and July 3rd, Valve revealed a pair of helpful guides detailing how the final stages of the International will play out throughout the month of July and what spectators can look forward to doing while watching. We're going to be gathering together all the information from the path to the International and the overview pages to outline all the details of the group stages while also adding in extra tidbits of information if and when we think you need them. Just think of this video as a rather extensive guide to everything you'll need to know if you're going to be checking out the event. Now let's get started. The event will feature 19 total teams, with the largest bulk comprised of 11 invited teams including 2013 Champions Alliance, 2012 Champions Invictus Gaming, 2011 Champions Na'Vi, Titan, Evil Geniuses, Fnatic, Newbie, Vici Gaming, Team DK, Cloud9, and Team Empire. They are joined by 4 teams which successfully made it through their regional qualifiers in May 2014, including North American Rejects, now known as Na'Vi US, Aero Gaming, LGD Gaming, and Mouse Sports. The 4 final teams are comprised of the runner-ups from those same regional qualifiers, including Team Liquid, MVP Phoenix, SysGame, and Virtus Pro, all of whom must take part in the wildcard tournament to determine which single team will be allowed to join the others and which 3 will be eliminated. The total prize pool for the International 2014 has already surpassed a total of $10 million, a figure which works out as more than the previous top 5 eSporting tournaments put together. Based on figures given by Valve on the TI4 overview page, the first place winners will take home just shy of $5 million, while the second and third place teams will take home around $1,500,000 and $1 million respectively. Unlike previous years, where only the top 8 teams were awarded cash prizes, the top 14 will be taking home sizable portions of the prize pool, with the $10 million total being distributed proportionately all the way down to the 13th and 14th teams, who will both take home around $20,000. Now that we're all up to date, we can start talking about the upcoming events. The playoffs, which begin on July 8th and run through until the 14th, will be used to cut down the number of teams from 19 to only 8. The playoffs will consist of a 3-phase, 7-day event with various groups and conditions. On July 8th, the wildcard tournament will determine which of the 4 runner-up qualifier teams is allowed to continue into Phase 2, alongside the other 15 already qualified teams. Phase 2, which will run from July 9th through the 12th, will then see the 16 qualified teams battle it out in a single group stage where they will play each other once to determine their ranking in the overall standings, as shown here. The top 2 teams will advance directly to the upper bracket of the main event, skipping Phase 3 of the playoffs entirely. The middle 8 teams will then take part in Phase 3 from July 13th to the 14th, while the bottom 6 teams are eliminated from the tournament. Phase 3 is where things get interesting, as each team is positioned into one of 2 4-team brackets, where they will be pitted against the other remaining teams. Seeding and placement in Phase 3 is determined on team performance in Phase 2, meaning more successful teams will have less of an uphill battle compared to some of the others. Over the course of the 2 days, the losing teams for matches A and D will be immediately eliminated from the tournament, while losers of matches B, C, E, and F will advance to the lower bracket of the main event. The winners of matches C and F will then join the overall winners of Phase 2 in the upper bracket of the main event. At this stage in the tournament, the event moves to the KeyArena basketball stadium in Seattle, where all matches will be played out live on stage with somewhere around 10,000 live spectators. Various events and extra activities will be available for those attending the main tournament, including the Secret Shop merchandise store, signing sessions with competitive players, and workshop sessions with some of the community's best contributors. A whole bunch of new merchandise will be debuted at the Secret Shop, including trading cards, daily gifts, vinyl miniature dummy heroes, pins, plushies, masks, foam fingers, posters, a whole load of t-shirts, and much more. All of the new merchandise will be made available from the Valve store after the conclusion of the International 2014. If you're new to Seattle and you need more details about how to get around, detailed information about the KeyArena Stadium is available in the ticketing FAQ on the Dota 2 blog. Those of you not able to attend the event should check to see if any Pubstomps events are being held nearby. Be sure to keep an eye on the Dota 2 Pubstomps page for more details as more events are announced across the world. Once the main event kicks off on July 18th, the tournament becomes double elimination, and the 8 remaining teams will have to fight to advance based on their placement in the upper or lower bracket. Teams in the lower bracket have a greater risk of being knocked out and must complete more matches than teams in the upper bracket, who will have less matches overall and will only be demoted to the lower bracket should they lose, hence the double elimination. Any team that loses a series in the lower bracket is immediately eliminated. Every game of the tournament will be a best-of-3 matchup, excluding Phase 2 of the playoffs, which are best-of-1, and the Grand Final, which is a best-of-5. It all sounds very complicated, and to be honest it is, but don't worry, as the schedules for each individual match will be listed on the international section of the Dota 2 website, and as always, every match will be available to watch live in-game for free. A number of live streams will also be available for all stages of the event, which will run from the start on July 8th and run all the way through until the Grand Final on July 21st. A pair of new live streams will also debut this year, including the International Multicast, which will feature compilations of the best matches and moments, and the Newcomers Broadcast, an English stream aimed at easing newer players into the complex and exciting world of Dota 2. The event's afterparty will also be live streamed sometime after the conclusion of the Grand Final, most likely on Twitch TV. That about wraps it up for our guide of the International 2014, so hopefully you feel like you're all up to date. If you want to avoid missing out on any part of the event, keep an eye on Valve's official news outlets, which include the Dota 2 blog as well as the Dota Instagram and Twitter pages. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date with the latest and greatest Valve-themed content. If you want to let your friends know what's what with TI4, be sure to share this video with them, as you never know, they may just like our content as much as we hope you do. Anyway, thanks for watching and bye for now.